Hey everyone!
What's up, guys?
Welcome to the Horizon Kids Sunday vlog!
Let's go.
David, do you know which week we're on?
53.
Oh,
Cut! Get out!
Wait, what?
It's fine!
oh no!
Vlog 54! Hello!
Hey, happy Sunday everyone!
Happy Sunday. We love David really. We're actually
do.
going to bring him back in a bit and he's going to do our message today.
Yes.
Super exciting.
So-
He'll do a great job, hey Carly?
He will, yeah. He wasn't actually fired, don't worry.
We'll keep him.
We'll keep him.
We love him.
Yeah, but welcome to the Horizon Kids Sunday vlog, as
So good.
we said earlier.
Yep.
We are so glad that you're watching and that you're here, whether you've been watching from the beginning or you're just joining us now or anything in between.
So good.
So glad you're here.
So glad you're here.
If you haven't already, what should they do?
You should subscribe.
Sub.
SUBCSCRIBE.
That was really
Subscribe.
good spelling.
I got lost in the middle.
Yeah, you really did. But what he was trying to say is that you should subscribe to our channel because we got
She's
fun
pointing
things
down because the subscribe button is below.
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 And give this video a like.
You should do that too.
And you should also tell a friend.
You should.
If you enjoy watching, which we hope that you do, because we enjoy making it,
We do.
you should let other people know. The best way to just spread the fun and the joy and the laughs is to tell a friend.
Woohoo!
Let someone who might not already know.
Yeah.
Let them know. Share it. You can email them the link to the
Yep.
YouTube channel.
You could watch it together on an iPad at your friend's house.
Yeah.
Whatever you want.
whatever you want.
However you want. It's all good.
Exactly.
And you can tell us that you're watching with a friend by tagging us in a photo with your friend or with whoever you're watching with.
Yeah.
We'd love to see you, and it's our way to kind of see you, because you see us, and so we want to see you.
That's right. We love to know who is watching with us.
Yeah, it's so good. Cool. Well, speaking of people who are watching with us, hopefully this week, we have
Birthday shout-outs!
So good.
We actually only have 2
Whoa.
birthday shout-outs today.
Wow. Amazing. Well,
Crazy.
do you want to take our first one, Carly?
I sure do. First of all, big, huge happy birthday to Marcus, who turned 9 this week. Happy birthday, Marcus.
Happy birthday, Marcus. And also, one of our amazing leaders, whose kids watch this, we have Angie.
Happy birthday, Angie. It's her birthday this week. She's an amazing leader in our nursery. And so, Adeline, Taya, Eden, make sure you tell your mom that we said happy birthday.
So good. Happy birthday, guys. Awesome.
All right.
Well, wow. We've done birthdays for over a year now.
That's
Carly.
right.
Wow.
Yeah, we're getting into the second round of birthday shout-outs.
Did not think this would happen.
How crazy is that?
Yeah, that's so crazy.
Oh man,
Wow.
wild.
I wonder when our first, speaking of birthdays, what was our 1-year birthday of our first food vlog? Like when did we do our first baking thing?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I can't remember what our first thing was. that
I
we did.
think it was cookies.
Was it cookies?
I think it was my
I wonder when that was.
staple cookies.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
I'll dig it up and I'll post a little clip right now. Jacob, cookies are ready.
Woohoo! Whoa.
Yeah, so that's when it was.
That's from a long time ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was for a reason, and then
It's for
found
Easter.
out that you guys enjoyed it, so
Yeah,
we
so we kept making them.
kept doing them.
So this week we have another baking video for you guys.
We do, because the whole month of March we're talking about Bake Off
Bake Off! Whoop!
and how baking is a great test of patience, isn't it?
So good. Yep. It is a bit of a patience
so
test.
we're gonna, because we got some great responses from our viewers of suggestions for what to make, we've got something else that we'll be baking, so let's check it out. Hey everyone. Hey guys. Me and my co-host, Meek, wanted to let you know what we're gonna be baking today. So today, We're gonna be baking pie. This was a suggestion sent in by one of our younger viewers, the beautiful Miss Ellie. And she said that she wanted to see us make pie. And we thought we would do lemon meringue pie because I've never done that before. And it involves a lot of things and probably a lot of patience. Okay, bye.
What are you doing?
She's not a very cooperative co-host. She'll come and go as she pleases. We had a lot of really great suggestions come in, which we might be able to get to in the next couple weeks too. But I thought I would take up the challenge of making pie. Isn't that right? Okay, now she's biting. Here is a picture
Bing!
of what we're gonna make. And it's lemon meringue, which I've never made. So there's a few different elements. There's the meringue, there's the filling, and then there's the pie shell. The pie shell is gonna be a frozen pie shell because that was just gonna be a lot of stuff to do all three of those things. All three of which I've never done before.
I think she wants the attention, Carly.
We have to bake the pie shell for 8 to 10 minutes and then let it cool down, which in itself, just that step. Me, I'm trying to film here.
What a co-host.
She's not doing a great job as a co-host. I'm gonna have to consider recasting.
Look at those little buddy kicks. Meek, you might be the second co-host we fire this episode if you're not careful.
What was I saying?
You gotta bake the frozen pie and then we gotta wait for it at the end,
Yes.
right?
So we have to wait for it to cool, and then we can make the filling and the meringue. So all of those things are gonna require a lot of patience, and so is she. She requires my patience when she does this. And we're talking all month long about patience, and we're gonna find out that hopefully all the waiting and work and patience that it takes to make a lemon meringue pie will be worth it. Now I know people who make amazing lemon meringue, so I know that for most bakers, it's totally worth the wait.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it will be when I make it, but there's only one way to find out. So let's do this.
Bake off. Meet you so crazy.
All right.
Okay, we're ready.
Jacob is headless right now.
Oh no!
So we have all our ingredients together for this elusive lemon meringue pie.
Yep.
The deep dish pie shell is cooked and it is cooling now.
Look, it's just there. Yep.
Yep. So what we're gonna do in a medium saucepan.
Medium saucepan.
Okay, we'll put the ingredients. 1.5 cups of sugar.
6 egg whites.
So the meringue is egg whites and the filling is egg yolks. So we're gonna have to separate the eggs. We need 6 eggs in total, only 4 yolks.
Okay. 6 eggs?
Yep.
So how do I get the yolks out?
We have this thing, which we could try.
Sure.
It's an egg separator. It says that here.
Okay.
And I've never used it before.
Nope. Whoa.
Oh, that didn't work.
That did not work.
It didn't.
Right, it's separated.
Oh no.
Fail. Okay.
Oh. This is off to a really great start, guys.
Okay, we're gonna try again?
Yep. Attempt number 2 to separate eggs.
Okay.
Ooh. Oh.
Oh!
Wow.
There we go. Okay, 1.
It worked.
Okay. Did it.
So the eggs separating was not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. We used up all of our eggs.
So many eggs.
Then, so we put the
Whisk together sugar, cornstarch, salt, egg yolks, milk, and lemon juice. So many things. And
Yep.
bring to a boil. Weird.
a third cup of cornstarch. I don't know if we have that.
Yeah. There's a. That's probably about a third cup. Do you want me to put it in?
Yeah, cornstarch I actually know it's already like a feeling that I really don't like. So like last week's baking powder incident. I hate the feeling of cornstarch. That's good. And
What is cornstarch?
I'm not really sure. Probably has something to do with corn. 1/8 teaspoon salt.
Okay.
I've never had a reason to use the 1/8 teaspoon before.
Is that the teeny tiniest one?
Yeah.
4 egg yolks.
And 1 3/4 cups of milk. I just made such a mess.
Such a mess.
And 1/2 cup of lemon juice.
So much. Okay. Guys, there is a big mess here. There is milk everywhere.
Oh, can you zest this lemon?
Oh. We madame.
What?
Shall I do it into a pot or shall I just do it straight in?
Lemon zest time lapse.
Zested. Okay, what next?
Then I think it gets
3.
whisked.
Oh yeah, whisk.
All right.
Okay.
That needs to be constantly stirred. So would you
Okay,
be
do you
able
want me to do that?
Yeah. Bring to a boil over medium heat. Continue whisking constantly for 1 minute. And then remove from heat. And then whisk in butter and...
Melted butter?
Oh shoot, the lemon zest was supposed to go in after.
We'll see what happens. Uh-oh, first mistake. Do you think I could teach me to do this? It's pretty simple.
Should we go see what she thinks? Meek's not in the mood right now.
Okay, what next?
Is it boiling? So while Jacob is mixing up the filling, I'm gonna get started on the meringue. So what I need is 6 egg whites, 1/2 teaspoon cream of tartar.
What
half
is
a-
cream tartar? Is that like tartar sauce that you get with your fish and chips?
Honestly, I always kind of thought it was, but I don't think it is.
It seems weird.
It's this. This is cream of tartar. It's powder.
No?
I honestly have no idea what it is. Maybe
Do you think we could substitute it for tartar sauce?
I don't.
Is there an E on the
don't
end?
think
Or it's
so.
spelled differently. Because tartar sauce...
It is spelled differently, yeah. So 1/2 teaspoon of that and 1/2 cup, another 1/2 cup of sugar. Wait,
Wow.
how much sugar? So 2 full cups of sugar are going into this entire bowl.
It's a lot of sugar, Carly.
That's so much sugar, guys. This isn't very healthy. I am not endorsing this as a healthy snack.
As an unhealthy snack.
Yep. It's definitely not.
Oh, it's getting warm.
Okay, so the egg whites and the cream of tartar they start together and then you add the sugar. Okay. I'm so nervous about meringue.
Just so wrong.
This is the other thing. I don't have a proper hand mixer or just mixer at all, like electric mixer. All I have is an immersion blender.
Which is older than Carly.
Which is really old. It works for soup and sauces and stuff. I don't know if it's gonna work for meringue. We're gonna find out together.
So what is your first step? So you gotta mix that in?
Yeah, so the egg whites and the cream of tartar.
So you take this off for a minute. Yeah?
Yep. So bring to a boil, continue whisking for 1 minute,
Okay.
and then remove from heat. And then whisk
It's almost
in
there.
butter.
Bubbles are starting to appear. Here we go. Mix, mix, mix.
This is exactly like when we made the pudding.
Yes. Oh, maybe that was our first one.
No, it was the cookies.
Okay.
Gotcha. The bubbles are popping and it's hot.
Cough in your hand. Okay, that's long enough. That's a minute. Okay, so off heat.
Off heat.
Okay.
Put in the butter.
Yep. Mmm.
And supposed to put in the lemon zest, but
It's alright, it's already in.
it's already in there.
That thickened up so suddenly.
So suddenly.
Do you want to do a quick taste test?
That would be a really bad idea.
We're ready, Carly. Mmm. That looks good.
I think there's too much.
There's so much.
Mm-hmm.
What now?
Okay, now we're gonna try the meringue with the immersion blender.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep. That's working. No? What do you think?
I'm scared.
Gradually add sugar.
Yeah, while it's foamy. Do you think
Yeah.
this is foamy?
Yeah, I think that looks foamy.
Okay.
That's your half cup. That looks pretty good.
That looks good.
Yeah. No? What's it meant to be like?
Meringue!
Oh. Yeah, it needs some longer.
Like this.
Yeah, it doesn't quite look like that yet.
Guys, it's not working.
Show us, Carly.
It's-
That doesn't look like stiff, tall peaks.
No. Oh no, this is why I don't do. We did like 10 minutes with the immersion blender. Is
We
that
cut it because it got too long.
Was
and
it
was
about
really
10
boring.
minutes?
It was
Would you say that's
probably,
accurate?
maybe about 10 minutes.
Oh my gosh. And then we tried doing it by hand.
Didn't work.
It's still not
Okay.
working.
Let's put it on top of the pie and see what happens.
It's just gonna ruin the pie.
Let's give it a try. Come on.
Oh.
I feel like 1 in 3 is our success rate. Maybe not even that high. 1 and 2. Okay.
I'm so sad.
Here we go.
But it's not. It's just gonna
We're ready, Carly.
spill over.
Just gently. Gently. That's alright. For those watching who've made this before, this is definitely what this is meant to look like, right?
Gosh.
I think you fit a little bit more in. Actually, maybe not. No, it's going to spill over. Okay, let's give that a try. I think we're ready.
Oh no.
Okay, you want to put it in? Very gently. Oh yeah, you're going to keep it on that tray?
Yeah.
It's a good idea. Don't spill it.
It's not supposed to be.
You sure? You have said yourself that you haven't made this before.
I've seen it being made.
It doesn't look like that? Well, we'll see what happens. The oven does miraculous things,
What on
Carly.
earth is it gonna do? Okay, so 20
Okay.
to 25 minutes.
It's almost ready, Carly. I'm ready. What do you think? Did it not work?
I'm very disappointed in this attempt.
That's gonna be hot.
Are you helping? It's too hot for kids.
Oh. What do you think? Oh, I think it might need a few more minutes, eh?
You think?
Maybe.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's like golden on the outside. If there were stiff peaks, then those would probably be golden too.
Sure, let's take it out. Let's give it a try. Okay. Well, let's let it cool, and then we'll take some slices.
Okay. Well,
Didn't work, did it?
you win some, you lose some, I guess. Last week it turned out really good. This week,
Not so much.
not so much.
Should we show them?
Yeah.
Ta-da!
It does not look like.
Does that look good, meat? You want some? Oh, she wants it.
Okay, so hold it up to the side and we'll do a comparison. So this is ours compared to compared to the recipe.
Bing! Is it different?
Yeah.
Okay, we can try some.
Yeah, okay. Why not?
Looks good.
No, the meringue is so thin. There's supposed to be so much more meringue on top.
I guess that's why we had so much left over.
Yeah.
Oh, and look. Ooh!
Ooh.
Ooh!
It's still not even close to what it's meant to be.
Oh, okay, try some. What do you think?
It's not like it's gross. It's just not what it's supposed to be. Like, what did you just?
It's good.
What the heck was that? Like, the lemon filling is good. I
Yep.
think that turned out the way it's supposed to. The pie crust is fine, but we didn't really make that, so that doesn't count. It's
Rating out of
just-
10?
Look, this stuff, now that I let it sit,
So yeah.
guys. Guys! Look at this. This looks a little bit more like it should.
It does, look at that. Is there a lesson there, Carly?
Are you supposed to let it sit? Because it did not say that in the recipe.
I don't think so.
Someone who knows baking, like, DM me on Instagram and tell me if I was supposed to let it sit or something.
That does look a bit... Try that. Try it.
Well, you're not really supposed to eat it raw.
Okay, don't worry then.
Look at it, though. It's so fluffy.
Hold it there. Yep.
I think that's what it's supposed to be like. Okay, now I'm even more disappointed. Okay, well, a few lessons to learn here. One, I should probably just get an electric mixer.
Yeah.
2, I did read that you shouldn't mix meringue in a plastic bowl for science reasons. 3,
Which we didn't know.
I probably should have had a bit more patience, which is exactly what we're talking about this month. Because maybe if I waited for this to thicken up and then that went on top, maybe it would have been better. But because I didn't wait and I didn't do my proper research,
Your due diligence.
I faced the consequences.
And that is a thin meringue.
And it just so happens that that's what we're talking about today. When you don't wait, it could cost you. And for us,
It cost us a whole pack of eggs.
it cost us a pie and a pack of eggs and a potentially delicious dessert that's only half delicious now. So, learn from our mistakes, guys. Thanks for watching. Well, now that brings us to talk about the theme for the month that we're focusing on. And as we've mentioned earlier, the theme for March is Bake Off. It's worth the wait.
Yes. And we're talking all about patience, which is waiting until later for what you want now. And what Bible verse are we looking at this month, Carly?
The verse in the Bible that we're focusing on is Psalm 27, verse 14, which says, "Wait for the Lord. Be strong and don't lose hope. Wait for the Lord."
The Lord. Yep.
So we're talking all month long about how we can become more patient people, and it's a really hard thing to learn.
Yep.
We all know it.
Yep.
We adults, children, teenagers alike, all struggle with patience. For whatever reason, it's one of the hardest things for people
It's hard.
to do.
Yep.
But it's worth it, right?
Yep.
As we learn with baking, it's always worth waiting
Yep.
so that you can get, the best possible result.
So good.
So we're digging into the Bible to see how it can encourage us and inspire us and teach us to wait and then see what the reward is from doing that.
And our bottom line this week is such a great one, good bit of wisdom for everyone. It is, if you don't wait, it could cost you.
That's right. Because sometimes we miss out on things because we couldn't wait for them. And there's actually a really interesting story in the Bible that we're going to be looking at, which shows us a very good example of what it can cost you when you don't wait.
Awesome. So we're going to watch some videos and then we're going to hear from David and we will see you guys at the end.
Yep.
The first step will be to mix together precisely 1 cup of sugar with 1/2 cup of softened butter.
Got it. 1 cup of sugar, 1/2 cup of butter. Oh, hi there. I'm in a baking class over the internet.
What was that, Graham?
Oh, nothing. I'm doing a thing.
Can you mute yourself, please?
Yeah, sorry. My instructor is teaching us how to bake a cake from scratch. It won't take long, so you just have a little patience and I'll be right.
You should be done mixing the sugar and butter together, so let's move on.
Ah! Patience is waiting until later for what you want now.
After you've stirred in the eggs, add 2 teaspoons of vanilla.
Gotta catch up. How much vanilla did she say? Hold on a sec. Excuse me. Excuse me, what? Pardon. How much vanilla did you say?
2 teaspoons, Graham, and then you add cups of flour and milk.
What was that? I'm sorry. I missed that last part. I think you're frozen. Hello? You're frozen. Maybe I'm frozen. Maybe we're both frozen. I really don't like it when technology fails me. I'm trying to bake a cake here and you're just... And I have to wait until it unfreezes before I can make my cake. You know, sometimes we have to wait for things when we really, really don't want to. Just like in today's story. And sometimes, Also, like in today's story, we don't wait. I am making this cake. How much milk and flour did she say? I don't know. We'll see you soon. Oh! Yeah. Ah. Yeah.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. Now, for an amazing story inspired by the book of Genesis, chapter 25, verses 24 through 34.
When Abraham's son Isaac grew up, he married a girl named Rebekah. But it didn't seem as though they'd be able to have children.
Please, God, give us children.
But God answered Isaac's prayers, and Rebekah became pregnant with twins.
Isaac, I'm pretty sure they're having a wrestling match in here.
Oh, definitely boys.
Rebekah asked God about the struggle she could feel. He told her,
2 nations are in your body. One nation will be stronger than the other. The older son will serve the younger one.
When it was time for the babies to be born, they came out fighting. Esau was born first. He came out with a strong set of lungs and a head full of red hair. His brother Jacob was born moments later, still holding on to Esau's heel.
How on earth did he manage that?
The brothers shared the same birthday, but as they grew, that was about the only thing they had in common. Esau loved to roam far out into the wilderness.
I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more.
Jacob preferred the comforts of home.
The sun is so hot. I'll just take a little nap in the tent.
Esau loved to hunt wild animals.
That is one excellent wildebeest.
Jacob preferred a different type of hunting.
Not you, not you. Ha! The perfect ripe honeydew melon.
One fine morning, Esau headed out into the wilds in search of adventure and some nice, juicy venison.
I'll feast tonight.
But Esau went all morning without spotting a single rabbit.
Ugh, should have packed a lunch.
In the afternoon, he tracked a deer for hours, but he missed his chance as the deer sprang away.
Ah!
At last, Esau headed for home, defeated. He was tired and irritated and so hungry he could eat an entire woolly mammoth.
Must eat food.
As Esau neared camp, a delicious smell wafted out to greet him.
Food!
Jacob had been home all day, resting and plucking his favorite herbs from his garden.
A little coriander, some dill.
As evening approached, Jacob used his savory herbs to whip up a tasty red lentil stew and a batch of fresh, buttery bread.
This will crisp up nicely on the hot stones.
By the time Esau had arrived in camp, Jacob's stew was simmered to perfection, and the bread was hot and crusty.
Food! Food!
Esau lunged for the stew cauldron, ready to grab a bowl, but Jacob blocked his path.
Not so fast.
Step aside, I'm hungry.
Clearly.
Just let me have some of that red stew.
Certainly.
Esau tried to dive for the stew pot again.
Just one itty-bitty thing.
What?
Well, first, give me the rights that belong to you as the oldest son.
Esau spent more time listening to his stomach than his brain. So in that moment, his stomach won out.
Look, I'm dying of hunger. If I die, those rights are pointless anyway. Now give me that stew.
Esau sprang forward once more.
Promise to give me your rights.
Fine.
Fine what?
Fine, I promise.
Promise what?
I promise to give you my rights as the oldest.
Cool. Help yourself.
Jacob stepped aside as Esau hurled himself at the stew pot.
Stew!
Esau happily gorged himself on rich stew and fresh bread. But as his stomach filled up, he had time to stop and think again. Esau had just traded the rights of a lifetime for a meal that would only last him a few hours.
Let me give you a little advice. Don't bake angry. Instead of making a cake, you end up making a mess. That's what happens when you lose patience. You make choices you normally wouldn't make and it ends up costing you. Losing patience ended up costing Esau his birthright. His brother Jacob ended up being in the family line of Jesus, so who knows what all Esau missed out on by being impatient. When we don't learn to have patience, we get frustrated easier. With ourselves, with others, with technology. There's really nothing good that can come from being impatient. So think about that when you're waiting for your turn on a video game, or when you're waiting to say something while someone else is talking, or when you're waiting for the internet to hurry up and start working again. Having patience is better than losing it. Slow down. Or you could hurt yourself or someone else. Or you could end up covered in cake batter. Here's the one thing to remember today. If you don't wait, it could cost you. If you need help waiting, ask someone you trust to come alongside you and see.
Are you there?
Oh. You're not frozen anymore. I lost you there for a minute.
Technical difficulties. I see. How's your cake?
I think I'm gonna need another lesson.
Very well. Same time next week?
Sure, I can wait. I may have the place cleaned up by then.
Pardon?
Nothing, it's a thing. I'll see you next time. So, how much flour was I supposed to use?
2 cups. How much did you use?
All of it?
No, that was wrong.
Okay.
Have you ever gone to the grocery store with your parents and after a few minutes of shopping, you're probably like getting super anxious, super restless, you're a little tired, maybe you're hungry, and you're telling your parents to hurry up. And as you keep going, you walk by the candy section and oh my goodness, you spot the one treat that you probably wanted so badly in the moment. I mean, for me, it would probably be a bag of Doritos or some like Hershey's chocolate, because I mean, who doesn't like Hershey's chocolate? But you're so desperate and you're like, no, I will get this treat no matter what. And until you have that treat, you're just gonna keep annoying your parents. Your parents are probably sick of it, and your parents are trying to negotiate like, no, you don't need it, and you're like, oh no, I need it. And so again, the negotiating begins, and you're probably like, whatever it is, I will give it up for this treat. Because what I am feeling now is more important than what happens in the future. And just like Esau, we think with our feelings more than with our minds. So back to our story. Your parents have these treats at home and that are so awesome. You got ice cream, maybe some chocolates, maybe some popcorn, maybe some pop and chips, and you just got this big party that you can have. Maybe play some video games or watch a movie. I mean, how awesome is that? You can hang out with your friends, you can bring a few over. I mean, maybe, but thinking with your eyes rather than your mind, you stand your ground and you're like, I need this treat. You start demanding that treat. I mean, have we all been there? Your parents give in and you're so happy, but only for something that would last you probably like a minute because you downed it so quickly. And I mean, once you start eating a little bit, you just realize, oh, I'm done. What? And you lose that opportunity to have that party with your family and friends and that amazing time that you could have. And as we now know, those times are precious. And see, just like Esau's impatience caused him to miss out on so much more than just the immediate privileges of being the firstborn, but also being part of the line of Jesus. See, as our bottom line reminds us, if you don't wait, it could cost you. Now, obviously, my example is pretty silly, but it's true. It's times when your patience is not there. We have to remember what is most important. When you're feeling impatient, remember the most important things that are coming if you just waited. And while it may be easy to get the things that are in front of you now, but what about the things that you could get, the better things that you could get from just waiting? Now, waiting is hard, and a word to remember is halt, which just means to stop. HALT stands for hungry, angry, lonely, and tired. But more than that, it's just a way for us to remember, like to check up on ourselves every now and then. When you're feeling impatient, hey, am I feeling any of these ways? Am I feeling lonely? Am I feeling hungry? Am I feeling angry or tired? When you have these feelings, it's important to just check on yourself and ask, hey, how am I doing? And what you could also do is talk to somebody, talk to a friend, talk to a sibling, talk to a parent. Just talk to somebody, get it out there, and expose those feelings for what they really are, as just feelings. And we're not here to discount them, but really, those could help. So remember, the first thing to do is halt. To be better, remember, it is better to be patient. So as I close, let me ask you this. What could you miss out on by not waiting? What things could you experience if you slowed down and took your time? How much more present-minded would you be instead of always jumping ahead and wanting to get to the end or answer for the prize? As we close in prayer, let's take a minute and ask the Holy Spirit to fill us. Because honestly, patience is hard and we can't do it alone. I know for me, I can't. So let's take a minute and let's just ask, Holy Spirit, would you just fill us with your patience? Fill us with patience today. Jesus, I just thank you for my friends. I thank you for that even when we're feeling impatient, even when we're feeling angry, even when we're feeling tired, you're always there. And God, I just pray that we just receive your patience today. We receive your Spirit today. And we trust you. We rely on you, and we thank you for how good you are. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. Have a good day, guys. Bye-bye.
Awesome. It was so great to hear from David this week.
He's the best, hey?
Yeah, such a good message as well, and just a really interesting, encouraging word on how we can be more patient and how we can learn from Jacob and Esau and some of the mistakes that were made in that story. I loved what David said about the word halt. Do you remember what that one stood for?
It was, no.
Hungry. Angry.
Lonely.
And tired.
Yeah.
So those are the 4 things that you can kind of stop and check in with yourself when you're getting impatient and think, am I one of those 4 things? And instead of getting impatient and reacting to, what you want to do in that moment, you can focus on, okay, what's going on? Am I feeling one of these 4 things, and how can I solve that?
That's
right?
Great. Yep.
So many things could be fixed by just eating, right? Yep. If you're hungry.
That's so true.
Just get something to eat. Or get some more sleep.
I know that's a big one for me. If I get hungry.
Yeah.
It gets bad.
All right, so to continue the conversation with this awesome word and lesson, we've got a couple questions for you to take, and maybe at the dinner table with your family or on a car ride or something like that. Take the time and have these discussions and just explore more about what you can learn.
So good. Well, our first question today is, why do you think it is so hard for everybody, adults included? Why do you think patience is so hard?
Yeah. Why do we have such a hard time waiting?
Yeah.
It's a great question to explore and find out what other people think too. What is the main reason?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Question number 2, Carly.
Second question is, what are some situations you really want to do better at when it comes to waiting with a good attitude?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So where in life do you find yourself not doing so well that you wish you did better?
So, I can definitely think of some.
Yeah.
And our final question today is, what could you miss out on by not waiting in the situations you just named?
So from question 2, the things that you want to do better in, what would you be missing out on if you lost your patience? Well, there we go. That is vlog number 54 all wrapped up.
All wrapped up. Well, next week is going to be, I can't even do it. Gotta put it that way. 55.
55.
Wow. It's a two-hander.
That's a two-hander, a full two-hander.
A full two-hander. What do we do after that? It's going to be hard again.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But we'll see you then. Thank you so much for watching.
Find out next week how we manage a three-hander.
Yeah.
See you around.
Yep.
Frozen pie shell defrost.
Mm-hmm.
And then we need to bake it on its own. Honestly, worst co-host ever.
Meek! Hey, what are you doing? Your mouth's open, you forgot to close it. Yep.
And then we have to bake it for 8 to 10 minutes and then let it cool.
I think she's trying to get in the way.